What's up? What's up, everyone? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Let me know if my mic is clear. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Let's get it. What's going on? What's up, DJ 85? DJ 85 said, fam, you so excited about getting a butts beat. Okay, sound is good. Cool. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got some interesting events happen. FAMU DBs and LBs can't tackle. That's true, but man, North Carolina running backs, they're low though. You gotta admit, them boys are low, so I can't really blame them for having a hard time tackling them boys. UNC not gonna be that good this year though. They got a good quarterback and some good running backs, but that's about it. They defense is trash, and they receivers are not all that, in my opinion. Who want the smoke with D? You want our place? Come take it. Yeah, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It won't be easy, bro, but JSU defensive line. Yeah, I'm ready to see the game, man. I'm ready to see what's going to happen. It's a lot of Noah's been talking. I'm hoping FAMU get those players eligible. So it won't be no excuses. So people won't be saying that, hey, we didn't have our full team. So, it'll be a real game. Because after this game, it shouldn't be no excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses saying, oh, we didn't have our team and all this other kind of stuff. Hopefully Isaiah Land can play, but it's looking unlikely from what I've seen online. Did you see FAMU's statement they just released? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're just gonna wait for a few more people to get in. We're gonna talk about all that. I'm gonna actually put it up on the screen for y'all so y'all can read it. People that don't know about it. I'll put it on the screen so y'all can read it. But in my opinion, FAMU kind of in that statement that they gave, they kind of act like they're not doing anything wrong or everything is all peachy. And so the players released a statement. They was complaining about the conditions they've been put in and things that's changed and that's not up to their liking. And FAMU responded with a statement pretty much saying that, we're not doing anything wrong pretty much. So I don't know what the confusion is. The SWAC sent some officials, I think compliance officials out there. So I'm assuming they're working with FAMU to make sure everything is good, but it's a mess, man. Stuff that we don't really need in HBCU culture, but this is where we at right now. DJ 85, you don't have to be scared. I'm finally on time tonight. What's going on, IP Freely? Fam, you responded. I didn't see. Well, y'all want to talk about that right now? We can talk about that right now. Hold on. I'm going to put the FAMU response on the screen so y'all can read it. So this was FAMU response to, the statement that the players made. The players had like a scathing statement, and when I open up the phone lines, y'all, I want y'all to remember, like, if you don't have known fact of what's going on, make sure you say allegedly, because I don't want my platform to be a platform that's piling on FAMU or anything like that. So, a lot of this stuff, we don't have the inner workings, all the knowledge of what's going on, but all we can talk about is what they put out there. So I don't want to, pile on a HBCU like that. But Pretty much, if y'all read the statement, consistent with FAMU's long-standing commitment to maintain a culture of compliance and conformance with NCAA guidelines, we are justifiably proud of having achieved 13 of our 14 sports programs fully meeting the academic progress rate requirements per the NCAA's November 2021 APR report, in spite of rumors and misinformation to the contrary. So, and y'all can read the rest of it. But pretty much during this whole statement, they pretty much saying that, they done everything. They done most of what they were supposed to do. And then if you read at the end, we are confident that our processes are effective and timely. So a lot of the players, they complained about stuff not being done on time. So you say we are confident that our processes are effective and timely. So that's a contradiction right there with what the players are saying. We will continue to monitor our efforts in this regard and to pursue all avenues to provide an excellent student experience to every athlete. FAMU is committed to upholding high standards and rigorous adherence to NCAA guidelines. Anthony Lee said, I think it's BS because if FAMU had all the players, I think FAMU would have won. They definitely would have made it a better game. They definitely would have made it a better game. I really do, because I really like the way their team looked. I like the play calling. The play calling was nice. The play calling was nice. So, yeah, they definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with if they have all their players. And then I'm going to put up, so this is what the SWAC said. SWAC gave an update. They said the Southwestern Athletic Conference office is working diligently to assist FAMU athletics with the certification of several football student athletes. FAMU and all administrative entities have been extremely cooperative and helpful throughout the process. We stand committed to assisting all of our membership when our assistance is needed, and we look forward to continuing to work to get this matter resolved. Now, I guess everything is going to be worked out, y'all. I mean, I don't want to pile on FAMU. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to pile on FAMU, but this stuff like this shouldn't be happening because you got the players coming out with this scathing letter. The letter they came out with was scathing. I don't even have that. I will put that up for y'all, but it's like, I think it was like 5 or 6 pages, and they came out, with some serious accusations about the school, and it's sad to see. FAMU is one of our best HBCUs that we have. And to see this kind of story come out before the season even start is very disappointing. Put up the players letter. I didn't even put the players letter on my computer. That secondary was suspect. If they play like that this weekend, it will be a long day. Yeah, the secondary for FAMU, that's one thing that's questionable because UNC could do whatever they want on them. They could throw wherever they want. The secondary was terrible. I'm gonna be honest with that. But their defensive line held up. I like their D line. Their D line held up. The O line was surprising to me. They had all those issues, but they was holding up. They was giving Musa some time. So I appreciate that about FAMU, man. They play with a lot of heart, so you got to give them a lot of props and respect. Like I said, I hate that FAMU is going through these little issues. I wish that everything would be okay and, all the players can play and we wouldn't have to have stuff like this in the beginning of the season. But, it would be phony for me to come on here and not talk about what's going on, even though I don't like talking about stuff like this because, I don't like making HBCUs look bad or, even putting out dirty laundry, but we have to talk about this stuff. We just can't act like it's not happening. If he not practicing Starlight Moon, how the F are you not gonna play the #1 recruit in the nation? You right. Everybody would be on JSU. He's the most talented on the team. No one recruits don't play all the time. Are y'all talking about Travis Hunter not playing? Is that what y'all talking about in the comments? The comments are going so fast. I didn't see where the conversation started. He knows the team he practiced at a high level pre-injury. What are you saying? Let Travis be. He don't need to play if he not ready. They got enough dogs. Man, they better play Travis. Shoot. You know how Travis gonna be on. This is on ESPN2. They better play Travis. I'm gonna be mad. I got my ticket to go to the game. I'm gonna be mad. I got my plane ticket, hotel, and all that. Y'all better play Travis. I'm coming to see Travis. It will at Jackson State, but I'm coming to see Travis though. Travis is practicing. Thanks for discussing the topic respectfully. Yeah, I always try to keep it respectfully, man. I got a lot of respect for FAMU, and so I definitely want to see that university prosper. But you know, we have to talk about these things sometimes. Yo, I'm gonna open up the phone line so y'all can call in. Now, when y'all call in now, I mean, it's okay to talk about these situations, but don't come saying stuff that you don't know that's not 100% fact. You know, if you think you know something, you know, say allegedly, you allegedly heard this or whatnot, but don't come on here saying that, oh yeah, this is what happened, this is what happened, this was what happened, and you don't know for a fact, because you know thousands of people watch this platform, and so we don't want to put false information out there about FAMU. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines and let y'all call in. Well, let me talk about Alabama State. Alabama State played well too. What is going on? All those delays, man. I went to sleep like 11 or 12. I want to say I went to sleep around 11. I got up, checked the score. It said it was still delayed. I said, what? What is going on? I'm glad I didn't go to that game, because I would have been mad if I had to stay there. I think they said it ended at 1 a.m. That's crazy. Mr. Ford got something to say about FAMU. Oh, yeah, you know Mr. Ford going to say something about FAMU tonight. I watched the IG. He good and ready to go. All right, y'all. Hold on just a second. All right. Phone lines are open, 657-390-4814. If y'all want to call in, get your thoughts out, what you think about this weekend, who you think going to win the games this weekend. What do you think about FAMU's performance against UNC? What do you think about Alabama State beating Howard? The SWAC finally got a win. And the SWAC MEAC challenge. Hopefully the MEAC doesn't get any wins against the SWAC this year. We need to keep that going. I think Alabama State gonna be good too, y'all. I like the quarterback. He's all right. Howard ain't nobody. FAMU not beating us. Man, I don't think Jackson State needs to sleep on FAMU though. That's all I'm saying. That Musa kid, he can really throw it. And the thing about Musa is he's accurate. You know, his accuracy and his anticipation. Because he's throwing guys open. He was throwing some of FAMU receivers open. So that's the kind of quarterback you need. And I heard that McKay went up to the coach and said, you got to leave me in, coach, because of how well he was playing. So that just goes to show you what kind of player McKay is, for him to, you know, have their respect for Musa to speak up for him and let coach keep him in. Travis earned his spot. Rashawn McKay might as well transfer to Edward Waters. Y'all are funny, man. Y'all are funny. But yeah, phone lines are open if y'all want to call in. Phone number 657-390-4814. Let's keep it respectful, you know. No cursing on the platform, y'all. But speak freely, but just try to keep the cursing out of it, because YouTube has their rules. So we gotta keep them within the YouTube rules. Musa would get cracked by that blitz. UNC defense wasn't doing anything. I mean, yeah, their defense wasn't all that. I'm gonna be honest. They wasn't all that. I think UNC is gonna be getting blown out this year by a lot of FBS teams. I think they're gonna be a bad FBS team this year. NC then blitz and the secondary plays on all night. UNC defense wasn't playing hard. DBs relaxed. So you saying they weren't playing hard? I don't believe that. All right, we got a call. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Carly? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, SWAC, how you doing, SWAC Buzz?
What's going on, man?
This is Clarence from New Jersey, Jackson State graduate. Plus, I used to work in the athletic department. I'm sorry that they did play a good game. They just didn't have no DB. But Jackson State got what, front seven?
Yeah.
When you got a front seven, man, you got them guys on the back end. It's gonna be hard for Florida A&M to score. It's really gonna be hard. But everybody think Jackson State say, "Oh, they'll overlook them." I don't think they're gonna overlook them. They know what they have to do.
Yeah.
They got coaches. The coaches who scout them. The NFL. What's his coach name? For the NFL would be on this hire. Mike Nolan.
Oh, Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, Zimmer.
Yeah.
And they probably come up with all kinds of schemes against them, man. But Florida A&M played a good game. They were great.
I think they look good.
I wish they had won the game. They played a good game, like I say. But when you got a front seven, it's always the front seven, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the front seven. I don't care how good a game you played against USC, but USC don't have no team. That's not even a team.
See, the thing about it, I like Musa's poise. He didn't seem rattled. He didn't seem scared of the moment or anything like that. And with a quarterback like that, you're going to be in a good spot if you got a confident quarterback like that.
I got one more question for you. Then we get off here.
Go ahead.
Now, and I've been in the athletic department. When you got athletes now, some guys don't take their class serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it's going to be put on you what class you need to take. What your major is. We all got that. What your major is, what you take your freshman year, your sophomore year, your junior year, and your senior year. So you have to be still on top of all that. When I was at Jackson State, we had one person, that flunked out the athletic department, one football player.
Let me say this real quick to you. So the players came out with their statement, and they said that the news that's been coming out is making it look like they're not keeping their grades up when that's not true. So they don't like their narrative being put out there that these eligibility issues are because of their grades. So what would you say to that?
Because of their grades?
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that because I don't know. They may be right, they may be wrong, but sometimes it's on you. For you to decide what your class you're going to take. You've been in college at Jackson State. You got to take the class that you need.
Yeah.
If you want to stay in school.
Yeah, that's true.
You got some guys who take archery, badminton, think they're going to be eligible for the whole football season. But you're not taking your classes what you need to take to graduate. Now, if you've been there for 4 years, something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You should be on top of that. But, that's all I got to say. But, SWAC, you're doing a great job. Alumni Jackson State, baby. Keep the work going.
All right, thank you.
I'm listening to you from Jersey.
All right, appreciate the call.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right. Let me get this next caller. And then I'll get to you, Mr. Ford. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me. What's going on, Live? What's going on, Carly? Talk to me.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
You guys are talking about. You guys are talking about Musa.
Yeah, we talking about Musa FAMU game.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
Jackson State. Can you hear me?
No, you cut out. What you saying now? Hello?
I was saying that Musa.
Yeah.
With FAMU.
Uh-huh.
Musa, he's a good quarterback. Actually, now I wouldn't say he was as good as Shador. Huh?
Yeah, your phone is cutting out. I'm gonna get you to call back a little later. Call back a little later. When you're in a better area. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, this is Mr. Ford. How you doing?
What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hold on, let me turn this thing down. Yeah, this is Mr. Ford. How's everybody doing? I've been bombarded all day. People calling about this FAMU thing, and I've been listening to, they've talked about it on national TV now, and I'm gonna just say this: I really don't want to spend the whole time talking about FAMU because, I don't want to talk about this presidential situation. I think I talked enough about that Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say this, guys: FAMU made that man president. FAMU has to take him down. Okay? This talk about FAMU boycotting games, that's not the right thing to do. We learned that at Grambling. I don't know if y'all remember about 4 or 5 years ago, remember Grambling boycotted a game with Jackson State. Do you remember that, SWAC?
What year was that?
This was right before the Fobbs guy became the coach. And really, what happened was they were supposed to come to Jackson for a game, and the players decided to boycott.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And they didn't play the game. But here's the thing. That boycotting of that Jackson game cost us over $1 million. It hurt us. So I'm saying that the players on that football team, don't do that boycott stuff. It's not going to work for you. It's not good for you. Play your games. You signed a contract. You signed the contract to play in the OBC, the Orange Blossom Classic. Play it. You got a schedule. Play it. The students, the alumni, you can end that problem this week. You know what to do. Demand his resignation this week, and it will happen. Now, the other thing that I think, now some of you probably already know, the governor of Florida is a Trump 2.0.
Right.
What he's waiting, now let me tell you this, he's watching that situation in FAM, and his people are watching. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, and you just said it, SWAC. See, the media is misleading people. All of this that went on at FAMU in the last week, it's on FAMU. A lot of them kids are not ineligible. They're not having grade problems. Many of them are on track to graduate. They were misled. The advising was terrible. Their own people are saying that when the players turn in the paperwork, the people there at FAM lost the paperwork.
Mm.
Now, here's the thing. There are some parents of them football players at FAM that's talking about suing. That's what I'm saying. This guy, DeSantis, he's waiting to jump in because, see, he wants to show, because, see, what they're getting ready to do, they're not going to put Trump in jail. They're going to tell Trump that he can never run for public office again. Guess who wants to take his place?
Oh, yeah.
DeSantis, the governor of Florida.
Yeah, we know he's going to run.
Don't think that he wouldn't come in and declare that his administration is going to take over FAMU. So y'all be very careful with this thing now. You have to watch what you show your enemy in public. You know, they used to say in the black community a long time ago when we had some sense, don't air your dirty laundry. Now, I'm just telling y'all. But I'm saying to the FAMU students, to the FAMU alumni, you can end this week. You know what you got to do.
Hold on, Mr. Ford. Let me ask this person. Jordan Haddon, are you a student at FAMU? Because he said they are not certified. Please stop saying eligible. The paperwork was turned in, and we have one compliance person, and that person lost it. Are you a student at FAMU? I would like to know. I would like a student from FAMU to call up tonight and let us know what's going on. An athlete from FAMU to call up and let us know what's going on. If y'all know an athlete from FAMU.
Let me say this to this Jordan Haddon. See, all of this right here is unnecessary. Like I said, if you are a graduate of FAMU, then you know how to bring this to an end. We don't need to. This don't need to go farther than this week.
Right.
I really don't want to talk about it no more because like I told everybody, okay, the students and the graduates of FAMU, the people that love FAMU, you can end this. Right. You can end all of this foolishness. You know what you need to do. Okay.
Let me say this. If y'all know an athlete from FAMU that wants to call up on the show and set the record straight, y'all can let them know, text them, let them know to call in. And, we'll keep everything respectful because we want to respect FAMU, but a lot of people want to know what's going on. So if y'all know somebody that wants to call in and let people know what's going on, let people know the truth so we won't be on here speculating, because I don't like us speculating, and giving out falsehoods on the air like that. So I would like to know the truth. I would like to hear it from the horse's mouth. But hold on, Miss Ford, let me get this other call on. This is Miss Bell again. Hold on. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Yes, thank you for having me. I would like for FAMU team to come back. Everybody get back on the team, because when Jackson State plays them, I would like them to win FAMU's very best.
Oh, okay.
And Musa, I wasn't gonna watch the game because I'm like, okay, they don't have all their good players, right? And then I passed by and I looked.
Your phone's still breaking up, Miss Bell.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What I was saying is Musa impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think, like you said, he was cool, he was calm. And then at his press conference after the game, he was still cool and calm. And he played that game. You would have thought he had played before, and he started before.
Right.
But what is it? Oh, well, I'll just give it up to you. I'll try it another time.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Bell.
No.
All right, Mr. Ford, you go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with your last caller. He's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to say that I saw it, but I talked about him when I saw him in that spring game. There were some things I saw about him. And let me just say this to y'all guys. That's just the first game. The main thing, fam, you got to do is protect him. If they keep him upright, he's dangerous. Now, this is going to be a big game now. Like I told Blue last night, what Dion is going to do to him, because he is a drop back passer, they're coming with a pass rush up the middle. Okay? Because that's it. I mean, you come off the edges, but the quickest way is to get him is up the middle because he's a drop back passer. Now, what Willie's going to do, wherever that Jackson State linebacker or blitzer comes from, they are going to use that as a hot route. That's where they're going to throw. Okay? So I want y'all to know it is going to be a classic game. It's going to be a great game. You know, a lot of people were saying that they had bought tickets for Miami. When the news came out Friday, they were saying, I don't even want to go. Listen, guys, if y'all didn't see, listen, let me just say this to you. FAMU spends about $8.5 million a year on athletics. They played a team on Saturday night that spends $102 million on athletics. And for 3 quarters, they held their own.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. This is going to be a good game Sunday now. It's going to be a good game. I've already said this before, and I really believe this. I believe that once the paperwork is put in with the notoriety, as my sister said, that they've gotten over the weekend, some of them players are going to be eligible. I truly believe that. Yeah, you're right, DJ 85. Yeah, but they do spend $102 million on athletics. But I was impressed with FAM, and I think it's going to be a good game Sunday. I think it's going to be a good game. Hold on, Miss Ford.
Ford. Hold up, we got over 300 people in here, and we ain't got but 88 likes. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping tonight. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Close the chat out. Just close the chat out. Hit the X on the chat. Hit the like button. Then you can open the chat again. It only takes 2 seconds. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Well, y'all being greasy with those likes. Right. But yeah, Mr. Ford, I like him. I like the way he looks. Jackson State, they don't need to sleep on him. I know Jackson State has a good D line. We're gonna see if Jackson State can put some pressure on them, make them uncomfortable, get them throwing the ball quickly.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah,
because he showed you now. If he's got a clean pocket and that offensive line holds up for him, listen, man, he'll pick you apart. And he has a strong arm, but not just a strong arm. He's accurate. His footwork is impeccable. Yeah. Now, one thing I can say about him, and somebody was saying, well, if he all that, why isn't he at Vanderbilt? Sometimes it don't work out with you like that. But let me tell you something about this guy. This guy is well trained. Mm-hmm. This guy, whoever taught him. Now, the other thing that everybody was asking me Sunday, and I need to, like you said, somebody from FAMU to call in. Does he have just this year, or does he have 2 years left? Does anybody know that?
I'm not totally sure about how many years he got left.
Yeah, because I know he gets a COVID year. So if he gets a COVID year, then that means he gets another year.
Mm-hmm. I like their running back too.
Oh man, I saw several of their running backs that was tough. There was one running back that he was hit, and then he drugged the North Carolina defenders into the end zone.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Jennings, who I thought looked great, but it was another kid. I think he was 28 or something like that. But that backfield is tough. Mm-hmm. They loaded in that backfield. The thing that concerns me right now is they lost 2 players, I think, in that game. They lost 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, who's going to replace those offensive linemen? Because I think one kid was lost to an ACL, and I don't know what the first kid was lost to, but I'd like to know a little bit about the offensive line injury situation. Where are they with that? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Jacktown, what you're saying right there, Aubrey Miller is coming up the middle. See what you do with a blitzing team? Because let me tell you something. The blitzing that Dion and them use, that comes from a guy by the name of Jerry Glanville. I don't know if y'all remember. Jerry Glanville years ago was here in Atlanta. He was Dion's head coach here in Atlanta. He was with the Houston Oilers. He was the head coach at the time that Warren Moon was out there. And he was, at one time, he was defense coordinator here under Lehman Bennett. But he had something called the Grits Blitz. And they would blitz 7, 8, and all he wanted to do was to have those 2 corners to go man to man, and that's what they're going to do to FAM now. But the thing is, wherever they blitzing from, that's your hot route. The area that they blitz from, that's where you throw the pass. Yes, you're right. Jerry Glanville was crazy there. What he was known for here in Atlanta was he would always leave tickets for Elvis Presley. That was his little thing, His thing was Elvis was not dead, and so he would leave tickets for Elvis Presley. But anyway, they like you said. Now they coming with it. Now they coming with that pressure.
All right, let me get
with the pressure. That's
let me get this call before. Hold on. What's going on, Collie Live? Talk to me.
Yeah, my name is Charles Moore, man.
What's going on, Charles?
Rapper.
Die hard rattler.
Man, I was just diehard Rattler, man. 24/7, 365.
All right.
On a leap year, 366.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm calling because I want to say how proud I am of the Rattlers, how they showed up and played hard, man. And but I'm like some of the guys I've talked to. Our president should never let this happen. They should never let it happen. I have a nephew that went to Georgia Southern, and he's all American. In fact, he's in the state of Georgia Hall of Fame. And I just happened to ask him about the compliances. You know, and he was telling me about the number of people they got working on compliance. It's sad that we only have one compliance officer and one academic advisor. Something's got to change.
Yeah, that definitely needs to be fixed.
Because that's too many people for that one person to try to keep up with, you know.
Right.
So I'm with everybody else about you got to when you point the finger, you got to point the finger at the right people. You just don't point the finger. And the president is slacking somewhere, and he needs to be held accountable. That's basically what I want to say tonight.
But you have so many people. You have so many people I've seen online saying that the president shouldn't be at fault. This is not his fault. We shouldn't be blaming the president. So it's kind of crazy. I'm seeing both sides. I'm seeing some people saying, you know, they blaming it on the president. They're saying the president needs to step down. Then I see other people saying the president has nothing to do with this. This was the fault of some other people. So what do you say to that?
Well, who's responsible for the university?
It's the president. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if we only have one compliance officer, and they, from what I understand, I may be wrong. People have been telling him that, hey, we need more people in line to do that job. So, you know, why hasn't he need to wake up and see that?
Right.
I mean, you got control of the whole university. Something has to change.
That's true.
And for this to go on like this, see, I played baseball at FAMU.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember having no problem with compliance back when I played, but I'm old school. But what I'm saying is, in this day and time, with the computer system, I'll give you a prime example. My nephew said that at Georgia Southern, they have at least 3 to 4 people working on compliance, and those 3 to 4 people got 4 to 5 people working under each one of those 3 to 4.
Yeah,
because it's needed.
Yeah, that's what I would think that now, they would do. Go ahead.
And then I asked him, I said, well, what about the academic advisors? He said, we got about 4 to 5 people working in that department, and each one of them got 4 to 5 people working with them. Now, why is it we're lacking? Why is it we're slacking?
I think what it is, I think what it is about HBCUs or our schools in general, we've been doing stuff the same for so long that we just okay with just getting by sometimes, and we don't think about fixing these things until problems arise. You know, like that's one thing I've noticed. Like even at Jackson State, when Dion got there, he said the same thing. He said things have been done for like this for so long, people just get used to it. It's like, oh, okay, we just got one person, we got 2 people doing this job. Yeah, that's how it's always been. So we cool with doing it like that. And so a lot of our schools, we get set in our ways like that. And then when we get to a point now where everybody's trying to elevate, everybody's trying to do things differently, then that's when the skeletons come out. That's when, oh, okay, you've been doing it like this for so long, and then when something goes wrong, that's when everybody get put out on Front Street. That's just how it's been.
Yeah, well, I tell you, man, we're you're right. We don't adjust to change.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We don't adjust to change.
And that's how we got to get used to change. Like the eyes are on us now, so we can't do the same thing we've been doing to get by. You know.
Well, I tell you what, the president they better put forth every effort they can to get those guys back, because I'm afraid that if this situation don't get straightened out, we're gonna lose probably the best coach we've had in years at FAMU.
Right.
And it's gonna be hard to recruit. It's gonna be very hard to recruit. So they need to get this thing straightened out, get this situation straightened out, because we're gonna be set back for years if we don't.
Right.
If we don't.
Let me get Mr. Ford in here.
I appreciate you. Beg pardon?
Go ahead and finish up.
I appreciate you taking the call, man, and I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate you and your part and everything, you know. So keep up the good work. Go Raptors.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ford.
Yeah, listen, it's two things he said I want to respond to, and he's absolutely right, because I'm old school too. Mm-hmm. When I went up to college, they gave us what was called a catalog, and they told us to read up whatever your major was going to be. You would go into the catalog, and it would have your 4 years of education lined up for you. And we, like I said, I had an advisor, but she was so-so, but we just went by the catalog. The catalog told us what classes to take the freshman year, the sophomore year, the junior year, and the senior year. He's absolutely correct back there. And I don't remember people having, like they said, problems about their classes and all that, because they were giving us a catalog. And let me say this, he is so right about this coach, Willie Simmons. Let me tell you something. Billy Joe was fired, I think, in 2003. From 2004 until about 2016 or 17, when Willie Simmons showed up, listen, it was total chaos and confusion with FAMU football. They had this guy, he had played for the Denver Broncos. His name was Reuben Carter. He was terrible. After Reuben Carter, they brought in Joe Taylor. Okay, I think he had maybe one good year, but other than that, he was terrible. This same president that we're talking about now, he signed for Earl Holmes to be the head coach of Florida A&M. If you talk to the old heads down there, the historians on Florida A&M football, they would tell you Earl Holmes, it was the worst football coach, head football coach they ever had in FAMU's history, okay? Then after Earl Holmes, they had an interim guy who played defensive back for Florida State. He did maybe 4 or 5 games. Corey Fuller. I think he had been down there at that high school called Gatson High School, East Gatson or something. But then they brought in this guy named Alex Woods, and a lot of the old heads tried to say that his tenure was the worst tenure of any of those FAMU coaches, but they said it was actually the last year, the last 2 years of the Rudy Hubbard years. Those are some of the worst years for FAMU football. Because, guys, y'all got to remember now, in a 80-year span, FAMU only had 12 losing seasons. This is one of the most storied athletic programs, one of the most storied football programs in American history. Okay? When you talk about Jake Gaither and what he meant, not just to HBCU football, but what that man means. Listen, if you go back right now and you pull up the top 20 coaches in the history of American football, listen, Eddie Robinson's on that list. Jake Gaither's on that list from Florida A&M. There was a guy down at Southern. His name was Arnett Mumford. There's a guy that was down at Prairie View, Billy Nix. His name is on that list. There was a guy he started off his career at Jackson State. He went to Tennessee State. They called him Big John Merritt. W.C. Gordon is on that list. So, guys, when you talk about FAMU football, you're talking about one of the best programs in the history of America.
Right.
And I think a lot of people need to understand that. Listen to me again. In an 80-year span, that football program at FAMU only had 12 losing seasons.
Let me say this real quick, Mr. Ford. Hold on just a second. Hey, y'all. Okay. Let's try to get the likes up. We at over 175 right now. We can get over 200. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We got over 300 people in here, so it's important for y'all to hit the like button. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Also, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, get on the show. Phone number 657-390-4814. The phone lines are open. Y'all can call in right now. Well, Mr. Ford, what do you think about Alabama State? How did they look to you? I thought they looked good.
Listen, man, that kid is the truth. That I'm gonna call him Houdini. That D. Davis, I'm calling him Houdini.
Right.
But let me tell you what I want them to do. They got to go get him some wide receivers like Jackson State got.
Mm-hmm.
Them guys right there, to me, them Division II boys. Listen.
Oh, wow.
To the Alabama State alums and to the people that love Alabama State football, y'all go out and recruit that boy some big-time wide receivers. Let me tell you something. He made a throw that the guy missed. He evaded the tackle. It was 2 or 3 came down on him. He evaded them. He threw a pass 50 yards, and he didn't even plant. He threw it with his wrist, and then he had a half, like you, I ain't gonna care, but he had a bad effort at the person that was trying to get. Listen, go get that. Listen, all you Alabama State people, you don't have to wait on the coaches. You go recruit. You show them films of this boy. This boy is a 5-star. Now, you know, I love Shadua now, but let me just tell you this. That boy got some stuff Shadua ain't got. I'm telling y'all now. This boy here, as far as natural talent, this Shadua ain't got this stuff this boy got. Now, the other thing, somebody from Alabama State, y'all need to tell me, remember them kids you got from Maryland about 2 years ago? Y'all had 2 big defensive tackles. Both of them was like 6'5". I want to say their name was either Grady or Gaddy. What happened to them boys? Where them boys at?
You talking about for Jack State?
No, they was for Alabama State. They transferred to Alabama State from the University of Maryland. It was 2 of them. I think they was from Maryland. They was 2 big boys. Listen, where them boys at? Because let me tell you about Alabama State's defense. The biggest weakness on Alabama State's defense is straight up the middle. The 2 boys they got, the kids they was running the defensive tackle. See, Alabama State was real strong up the middle last year. They had a big old boy named Christian Clark. He was from Ohio. I think
Terry Harris said they played Howard.
Yeah.
He said
now,
no.
Here's the thing.
He downplaying them, saying they played Howard.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where's that Gaddy kid? They had a Gaddy. It was 2 Gaddys. One was about 6. He wore number 99 last year. He was about 6'5", about 300 pounds. Could play. Where is he? Is he still at Alabama State? Did he leave? Where is he? Somebody from Bama State, please tell me, because the only thing that's keeping Bama State's defense from being elite, they're not strong up the middle. Their linebackers are good. Their linebackers will attack you. They got a good scheme. But see, when you're going to be an elite defense, your defensive tackles got to be them dogs, baby. And I didn't see that. Because I'm going to be honest with you. To be honest with you, Howard was running really good on them.
Yeah.
The thing that hurt Howard was their quarterback was too inconsistent.
Alabama State, they always known for having those good D linemen. So the D line always been good at Alabama State, but it's just been quarterback play, and it's been their receivers haven't been all that when they play against a good defensive team.
Alabama State's running backs. I like their running backs. I need for their the wide receivers to take it to another level, because baby, y'all got a pro. Y'all, this boy here, this D. Davis, he everything they said he is. But I'm just saying now, you Alabama State people, y'all need to go out and recruit some wide receivers for this boy. Y'all need to have the same kind of wide receiver room that Jackson State got. That boy, that quarterback at Howard, his best thing is he can throw deep, but the intermediate game, he's terrible. And the other thing they got to do with him at Howard, they got to utilize the fact that he can run. He's mobile. He's like 6'5", but he can run. But his short, his dinking and dunking was terrible. His short throws, his intermediate throws, they were terrible. But now he could.
1 second, y'all. 1 second, Mr. Ford. Hey, y'all. Let's get the likes up. We got to get the likes up. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Also, the phone lines are open. Y'all want to participate on the show. Y'all want to participate on the platform. Call in. Give your thoughts out of what you want to see this weekend. You call in, root for your team if you want to. Phone number 657-390-4814 is on the screen. The phone lines are open.
That's illegal. For them to go out and find wide receivers for this kid, you would go tell me that you can't scout high school games, you can't look at kids at other programs and then let it be known that you'd like to see them come to your school? Why is that illegal? DJ 85, why is that illegal?
Howard had missed tackles and like lost containment.
My son got this. My son do this. What school do you recommend? How can that be illegal, DJ 85? What are you talking about? Are you just trolling? Oh, you trolling. Okay. All right. That's what you're doing. You trolling. Okay.
They got
all right.
Leviston, brother. All right, we got a call coming in. Let's see who this is.
Okay. All right.
What's going on? Caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, SWAC Buzz?
What's up, man?
What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how you doing?
Yep. How you doing, sir? It's LT Green calling out of Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Man, that was a great game Saturday, man. It was a great game. I was looking forward to it, man. And like y'all was saying, man, I feel like FAMU, I give them the moral victory because like I was telling my partners, man, anytime one of these HBCUs play one of these Power 5 and they got it close at the halftime, that's a game to me.
Yeah.
Because we know that late third, fourth quarter is gonna, the defensive line, like Prime said, that was the only reason why FAMU lost that game, because the trenches, like you said, the outside works, the line, the wide receivers, corners, and all that, the skill positions, the competition level, they looked the same to me. Yep. It was the trenches, man. That's where they lost at, in them trenches, when they only had them 5 offensive linemen left after them 2 went down. They was in the game the whole time, man. It was gonna be a matter of time before they were down, like an eraser, just steady going on a piece of paper. Eventually, you ain't gonna have nothing, and that's what happened, man. Because they was stopping that North Carolina run game. Them freshmen, they was stopping them in the first half. They wasn't busting them big old runs like that first half of the game. And like everybody was saying, Musa gonna be a problem, man. Musa is very good, man. I was not expecting great quarterback play out of FAMU the other day, and especially by a kid I ain't never seen before. He just came out of nowhere, man, out of nowhere. And this might be, and I even without the content pushing that Jackson State we're doing, this might be the competition within the SWAC that Shador might need at quarterback, man, because really ain't been no other quarterback in the SWAC that's been able to be shoulder to shoulder with him as far as popularity or even play. You know what I mean? This might be the competition the SWAC might need right here, that little rival or battle or whatnot.
Yeah, the only thing I think FAMU not gonna have the defense for Jackson State. But I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
I think the defense not gonna be able to handle those receivers for too long. But Jackson State got some cold receivers.
Right.
Those receivers they got.
Yeah, they
nice.
do, bro.
So I don't think they're gonna be able to handle for too long.
Over there at Jackson State, man. That's what I think that's gonna beat them too, fam. Is the fact that them Jackson State receivers is ridiculous. And I seen that the secondary act like they wouldn't really the secondary act like they didn't want to tackle nothing too much, man. Even though they was a little bit on the small side, they act like they didn't want to get in there and wrap up too much.
Yeah, that was their weak point.
And that's
secondary.
And no offense, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't trying to claim mash on no other states. But a lot of them Florida boys don't really like to, come down and tackle like that, because they kind of built more on the slender side. They real fast and sleek or whatnot, but they ain't never just really super physical cats like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, so what you try to say about the Florida boys? You said they weak? Is that what you said?
No, I ain't saying that.
You said that 2 weeks?
I ain't saying they weak, fam.
All right, fam. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? You said y'all weak. So this weekend, y'all got to show them.
Because, Oklahoma, Florida is, they all about speed and finesse. They're real great athletes. They got awesome athletes. They got all the speed down there. Texas got speed too, but Texas is we super fundamental when it comes to football. It's a fundamental state. You know what I mean? We breaking that. They all that, even when it comes to boxing. You know what I mean? Look at Earl Spence. It's about fundamentals down here. You know what I mean? One-on-one, But anyways, but I think that FAMU Jackson State game is going to be a really good game, man. And by Musa coming out of nowhere, that's going to bring a lot of hype to this game, man. But I still think Jackson State is going to beat them very handily just because of that that defense, the Jackson State defense. I think, man, especially if Travis Hunter play, man, that's a done deal, man. Right. I don't see nobody. That what's his name? That wide receiver for FAMU, Xavier Smith.
Yeah,
he only had he had 10 catches, but he only had 75 yards. Yeah, 75 yards, man. And those ain't none of them two corners that was over there as good as Travis Hunter is. Or maybe not even Nugget. Maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they had that. They need that one elite wide receiver. And I don't think they got him. Even though he passed the ball around pretty good, I don't think they had that they don't have that Malachi or that who's over there at Jackson State, or that Dallas Daniel. You know what I mean? I think Dallas Daniel might be a little bit better than Xavier Smith to me.
Yeah, Jackson State got some nice receivers, man. The player I'm looking forward to seeing is Quay Davis. That's what I want to. I want to see what he's gonna do. I want to see
right around from right. He went up to school. He went to school right up the street from around here, man. That boy nice, man.
Yeah.
Did you see when he was running on the one-on-ones? He was running that route, and he saw high knee and coming up out of that break.
Yeah, he's nice. That kid has NFL potential. Like, he's definitely
NFL potential, bro. That dude is explosive, man. That dude is like, hey, he gonna rank shop, man. He gonna be like Debo Samuels out there or something. That boy finna rank. He finna eat. He hungry too, cause he seen all that with Wild. And I hate to disrespect Malachi Wideman like this, bro. But at least about 3 of them receivers on that team right now is better than Malachi. And they probably looking like, man, excuse my language, but they probably looking like, man, if this dude right here, this nigga right here, man, can have 12 leads in SWAC and 12 touchdowns, I know I can come in there at least 15. If at least 5 wide receivers have 5, they all have 8 touchdowns each. Shador can have at least 40, 50 touchdowns.
Now, you can't sleep on Malachi now. His catching radius is crazy because he got the athleticism.
I know. But Shador got so much candy, man. He pulled that drawer open, man. He can choose. Like, I know it's hard. It's hard for me to see Malachi getting out there, bro. Like, I seen him getting out there, man. But man, you got Quay, Dallas. Well, I guess, man, but I mean, that number 11, he nice.
Yeah.
Them boys is nice out there, man. And that running back game for the surprise a lot of people. I know FAMU was I peeped that. They were trying to say that running game for the SWAC and for Jackson State. They weren't running them boys too much the other night. Maybe they didn't want to get them hurt like that, but maybe they were trying to save the running back for Jackson State or whatnot. I don't know what they were doing with that, because they should have ran the ball some more. I don't know what was going on with that,
fam, you got to make sure that O-line is straight first. That's their main
problem.
I
think 2 of their O-linemen out for the season, man. Yeah. They got 2 players got hurt for the season, man. Come on, man. That's what Deion's talking about, man. 2 players out for the season?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Come on, man. And they talking about get money? Then it's a get money game? No. It was either play game or old money game. That's what that was. Come on, man.
But I appreciate the call. Appreciate you calling.
All right, bro.
All right, thank you.
Salute, man. Salute to you and Mr. Ford, man. I appreciate what y'all doing on her too, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, let me get the next caller. Got some calls coming in. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, how everybody doing, man? This is Muhammad out of Memphis. How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
All right. I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
I heard that the SWAC commissioner offered to help FAMU with their compliance, to assist them with the compliance to get these boys back on the field. And the president and the administration turned it down. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
I heard that, but we don't know how true that is because
I heard
the statement.
Well, I just want that's true.
Okay.
That came from some of the FAMU boosters and alumni. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you hide? Because they didn't want them to open the book. Okay, well, seemed like something going on, something fishy going on. So I take it personal because these boys give blood, sweat, and tears. And we want these good athletes to come to these HBCUs. Then you need to do right by it. These children deserve the best. They deserve you to treat them right. Don't y'all agree?
Right.
That's
no
true.
doubt about it.
That's true.
So why would you here it is. We have, and I take it personally. My son plays at Alcorn,
Okay.
excuse me.
Okay.
I take it personally. Because if I send my son 300-400 miles away, you better take care of him. Just like the one thing about Dion I like, Coach Sam, he said, when you send your child to my school, I guarantee you're going to have someone lay his head comfortably, good meals, and good security. Every parent wants that.
Yep.
So don't you think these parents see that and hear that, and they can't get their stuff together? And you've got the president laying around saying, well, I don't think this is FAMU doesn't need to be known for the band and football needs to be known for academics. Well, fool, you in the wrong place.
There
It's going to always be known for that.
That's right. You wouldn't hear president in Notre Dame say that.
You don't hear the Alabama president say that.
Saying that. But let me just give you the word for Dr. Robinson. He's an interloper. That means he's an alien. He has no business down there at FAMU. He needs to go. And listen, what them people at FAMU need to do, they need to pray for another Dr. Humphreys. Because this stuff that this man is doing, Dr. Humphreys would have never did that to those players. He would have never did them like that. And that's why I say the word for him, he's an interloper, and he needs to go. But this whole thing about them boycotting games, I hope they don't do that. Because like I said, the FAMU graduates and the FAMU students, you can get rid of that problem this week. You know what you need to do.
But they're not moving fast enough.
A lot of intelligent people down there at Florida A&M. They know what they got to do. Mr. Campbell is on the line. Tell him to call in. He on the line. But that man is an interloper. He got to go. And we don't need to spend this whole week talking about that. That's a known fact. They need a change at the top.
Go ahead, Colin.
Well, it's the same situation now. And I'm not trying to push no buttons, but this is serious to me. Alcorn have lost students not coming back. The enrollment has dropped because you got these in these positions don't really care. All they care about is their money. I don't know what it is. So what they need to understand is these children have the power. The students have the power. These players have the power to write the letter to the president and tell him, we have a right for you to do right by us. And if you can't do it, you need to go. It's the same everywhere. Just like Coach Prime said, complacency, you need to fire complacency. You need to go.
That's true.
I'm sorry. I take it personally.
I understand you, man. I feel you. I appreciate the call. Thank you for tuning in to the show.
Hold on, hold on. One second.
What else you got? What else you got for us? Make it quick because I got other calls.
I told you who my son played for.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Okay, now let me say this. Let me say this. I had to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
Y'all gonna keep. You guys are gonna stop sleeping on Alcorn. You're gonna stop sleeping on. Let me tell you something. Watch these guys Saturday when they play Stephen F. Austin. Okay, all right, okay. You see what happened to Stephen F. Austin when they played Jacksonville? They got ran all over up and down the field, right? You're gonna have the same offense, fast pace. They got 3 or 4 fast, quick running backs. They have a serious defensive backs. So it's gonna have the same effect. You watch and see what I tell you. So when I call you next week, I want you to have the same reaction like you have right now when I call you back. Okay.
Okay.
Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all, thank y'all, man. Bye bye.
All right. Oh, the caller hung up. Call back, caller. This boy, I had to sleep on him. I am sleeping on Alcorn. I'm sorry.
Now, listen, but that what he said about Jacksonville State, guys, y'all got to remember, that's Rich Rodriguez. Rich Rodriguez at one time was one of the hottest coaches in the Power 5 when he was at West Virginia. He left West Virginia, and I believe he went to Michigan. And from Michigan, he went to, I think it was Arizona. But Rich Rodriguez knows what he's doing now. Rich Rodriguez at one time had Steve Slayton. He had Pat White in them, and they were tough now. So y'all can now Jacksonville State, that's over in Alabama. I think, didn't they go to the A-Sun? They left the Ohio Valley and went to the A-Sun. Somebody tell me, didn't they go to the A-Sun? But that guy's gonna be tough down there. He is going to be tough. Y'all better watch Rich Rodriguez. He'll do well at Jacksonville State, and he'll probably get another chance at a Power 5, but he knows what he's doing. Now, Rich Rodriguez, y'all need to tell me, I think he trained Willie Simmons. I believe that Rich Rodriguez was Willie Simmons' offensive coordinator at Clemson. Somebody tell me now, Mr. Campbell, isn't that right?
Mr. Campbell need to call in. Call Mr. Campbell.
Mr. Campbell, wasn't Rich Rodriguez Willie Simmons' offensive coordinator when he was quarterback at Clemson? Because I think he was under one of them Bowden boys. One of them Bowden boys was the head coach at Clemson when Willie was there. Okay, Jacksonville State is moving up.
I want Mr. Campbell to call in.
Okay.
I want Mr. Campbell to call in. I want to see what he thinks because, you know, he's FAMU Rattler all the way. I want to see where his mind is at. Call in, Mr. Campbell, if you can.
Rich was OC at ULM. That's right. Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Terry was the coach at Auburn. They had another brother was the coach at Clemson, right? Because the one that was at Clemson, remember, he came from Tulane. He brought Rich Rodriguez with him because he had Sean King was his quarterback at Tulane. He come from Tulane to Clemson, and I think he had Willie Simmons. Willie Simmons' OC was Rich Rodriguez. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
Miss Campbell on the line now. Hold on, Miss Ford.
Okay.
What's going on, Miss Campbell?
Brother SWAC Buzz, man, I try to catch your show, man. I think you're on Sunday, and I just keep missing. But I was, I want to support all you brothers. I love you just like everybody else. So, man, I'm glad to be on your show. Mr. Ford, is always a pleasure to hear you giving that knowledge. But yes, the Rattler faithful is upset tonight and the whole weekend. This has been unbelievable what we have seen, and the incompetence and ineptitude from what we have seen from a university that is so on point academically,
right,
and so fraudulent athletically. It makes no sense. It's schizophrenia, to be honest with you, because we take pride. We brag all the time. You hear we brag different every time the U.S. News reports the #1 public HBCU, and we can't even get paperwork sent in.
Right.
That's unacceptable.
It is.
That's unacceptable at a level of a university of FAMU stature. And the thing about it, what I am most proud of, a lot of people, and everybody has their differences of opinions, but I will say about Florida A&M people, we are always forward and front about our issues and problems. We don't try to hide them. We want them solved, because sweeping that under the rug doesn't get anything solved.
Right.
And I think everybody in Rattler Land were proud of, because matter of fact, I was one of the first people to receive the letter that they sent to the president. Like when they were sending to the president, I got that letter because they wanted me to read it in public spaces. And I did. And I'm proud of those young men, because that is what Rattlers are about. They stood up.
So
they went to North Carolina and stood up. Those guys could have quit, and would nobody have been mad at them. But they represented our university, and then our university then doesn't represent them. Think about that for a second.
So, Mr. Campbell, why is there confusion about if it's because of grades or if it's because of paperwork?
No, No. Okay. So see, that's the Twitter space. No, it is a compliance issue of paperwork based off of classes that need to be taken in every school. So just for everybody, every university before the season starts has to send the NCAA their rosters, basically, just to make it simple, to show that they're eligible, right? Every school, Jackson State does it, Southern, everybody has to send in at a certain time, because you just can't willy-nilly just have people playing on the field and not be eligible, right?
Right.
What FAMU did was two things that were the issue. A, they sent the paperwork in late. And two, they advised players of taking wrong classes for graduation, for academic advancement. So when you go to get certified, the NCAA looks at player A. So they look at what year is his status, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, redshirt or not, and he has to have so many credit hours during that time that he's been on campus towards graduation. Then there's two levels. You have credit hours and credit hours to graduation. What happened, and I'll speak because this is no secret, what Isaiah Land's issue is, he got advised to take the wrong classes for progress to graduation.
See.
So that has now made him ineligible.
And that's crazy.
That's
and you have to be fearful of a lawsuit at that point, because if I'm planning to go to the NFL and you mess my chances up of getting drafted because of ineptitude on your part,
well, once again,
I'm gonna be mad.
Here's the thing. So this is public knowledge. They have hired a lawyer. The lawyer made a public statement saying, because first of all, let's be clear. This is not about grades, because there's nothing you do about grades.
Yeah.
This is about the compliance of turning in paperwork. So how many times, and guys, this happens all the time, especially at the beginning of the season. You can go look at SEC, happens to all the time. You'll see like they'll play that game in Atlanta, and a couple of those guys don't play that first week. That's because they didn't get cleared. They're waiting for grades to clear. They're waiting. They had to turn in some homework, so they have to sit out, and then they play in the next game. This happens to players all over the country. The thing that's the big issue, what I'm concerned about, is that these guys have hired a lawyer, and they went to FAMU and said, hey, can you give us the information you sent to NCAA? Because he's basically going to file an injunction, right? So these guys can get on the field. Well, the lawyer said that FAMU's not giving them the paperwork.
Oh, wow. And so did you see the statement that FAMU came out with?
I've seen all three of the ridiculous statements.
So that to me, the statement sounds like we didn't do anything wrong. We doing everything by the book. That's what it read like to me.
Okay, so let me say this. As somebody who works with lawyers every day, and I do a lot of contracts as part of my business, that's a lawyer wrote that.
Okay.
To protect yourself from liability. You're never going to admit that you did anything wrong, because you got to understand there are players who have lawyers. So you're not going to put anything documented and say that you did something wrong. Of course, you're going to say you did everything right, and then it's just a because basically what the doctor said, just a misunderstanding, and things happen, but we're working to rectify. That's basically what that BS was. But of course, FAMU will never say that they're going to take liability, because to your point, let's just say that they did say that. What do you think that lawyer's going to do? That's represent Isaiah Land and those other guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lawsuit won, and easily won.
Right.
Without blinking. Why do you think he took that lawsuit? Because he knows. He knows that. Listen, man, and Mr. Ford know me and him on the same page. Ain't no white lawyer gonna come down there and do nothing for free for them black boys, but I think he gonna get a check.
There you go.
Let's keep it 100. This is not some FAMU alumnus that's saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna look out for my guys. I'm gonna represent you pro bono. This is a white. Who is this lawyer? Where did he come from? Now, I'm not saying he's not a lawyer that maybe a lot of these guys contact. You know what I'm saying? He might be the lawyer that everybody contact when there's compliance problems, because they do have lawyers like that all over the country.
Right.
But that was a red flag. And the thing about now, I'm going to say this, and he made this very public. Quick, he didn't even hesitate. I tried to talk to FAMU didn't give me that. So see, I got a problem with him. Now, I don't have a problem with the players hiring him as a lawyer, because you got to get on the field.
Yeah. But
I have a problem with his tactics.
So what you think the outcome is going to be this weekend?
Well, here's the thing. I think most of the players will be eligible. Isaiah Land, I don't know, because he had a different issue. His thing was not compliance. His thing was academic progress. So he's going to have to get a waiver from the NCAA saying, okay, FAMU told you wrong. You could make up the class as long as you make up the class, and you might have to take an extra class, in the fall or whatever to get back on track, right?
Yeah.
And they let them do that because that does happen. But that's up to the NCAA. They don't have to allow that. They can say, hey, the FAMU, that's your fault. And, so well. And I'm going to tell you, not being funny, and this goes, and Mr. Ford can talk about this. This used to happen in the SEC all the time. They would go to find out who was ineligible and tell on the other team.
Yeah.
So those guys couldn't play.
Yeah.
The SEC was notorious for that.
Yeah.
So honestly, the people that's going to kick up a stink, and and Buzz, I'm JSU blue blooded too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Jack State. They're like, hold on, y'all ain't that eligible players shouldn't be playing.
Could you blame them? Could you blame them though?
They had to. Jack State had a whole bunch of guys that had to sit out last year. So see, this is when the politics gets in it. Now, again, and I'm not saying that as a negative, but I'm just saying that's all fair in love and war. Go bet your bottom dollar. If Shadu's grade wasn't right, goddamn right, we telling on his ass.
Oh, yep. They'll be telling.
I'm just being honest.
Any school that they're playing, if Shadu was one eligible, they'll be telling.
With the quickness.
Yeah.
With the quickness. There was things about Travis Hunter. Is he there on campus? Has he been taking class? That was all around. So I guess he showed up because he wasn't there earlier. But I guess they made a video to let everybody know he's there. Of course, classes just started. But the bigger thing, which is disappointing, and I'm not going to, I know you got callers and people, but again, I've never been one to say, if you do something wrong, that reflects bad on me, because I'm my own man, I'm my own person, just like you are. But this does reflect bad because we have so much visibility right now with HBCU football. Right. And I don't think people really realize this. This is only one of 3 games that are actually going to be on national TV. The Celebration Bowl, this game, and I'm not talking about that Thursday night game. I'm talking about major prime time. We had the MEAC, the first game, the game last weekend with Howard and Alabama State. We'll have this game, and then we'll have the Celebration Bowl and the SWAC. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of our stuff is going to be on ESPN 15.
Plus. Yep.
Yeah. ESPN Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, ESPN Plus. So
and the other one's going to be on that HBCU Go HBCU.
Correct. Right. But for us a national platform and what the money is being spent, this is a big game for HBCUs. This is because this year we have players that people are going to recognize.
Right.
Because nobody knew who anybody was last year, right? Shadur was new. All those guys were new. All the fam. Nobody knew guys from FAMU. People know Isaiah Lamb, Buck Buchanan, award winner. People know Shadur Sanders, Jerry Rice, freshman of the year.
Right. Travis Hunter.
Time name players.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a waiver. They definitely need him on the field.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If that's what we want, because I think everybody, Jackson State FAMU, we want everybody on the field because we want it solved on the field. We don't want any excuses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an excuse maker, but I want us to be at full strength. I want Jackson State to be at full strength because I want us to show. And like I said, people have heard me. I grew up when I saw, and I tell people this all the time, is I mess with these A&T people. I was there when I saw Jackson State. Jackson State had 16 NFL draft picks in 5 years. A quarter of those guys were 4th rounders and above. So I saw real football players.
Right.
That's what I want to see. And that's what people want to see. Talented football players. And that's what we're going to have Sunday. We potentially might have.
Can you hear me, Mr. Campbell?
Yeah, he can.
Okay, listen, I'm going to say this. It is mandatory that the FAMU alumni and the FAMU students have Dr. Robinson's resignation by Friday. I'm going to say this again. Y'all can't get around that. If you try to get around that, you procrastinate. What he's done, those are all fireable offenses. Y'all have got to have his resignation by Friday. If you don't have it by Friday, the alumni, the students are procrastinating. And the other thing is that represents benign neglect. This man has done too much. Now, I'm a historian. I haven't forgiven him for hiring Earl Holmes because he hired Earl Holmes. And you know I say all the time, Earl Holmes is the worst coach FAMU has had in the last 50 years. Okay? So I'm going to say it again. The alumni, the students of Florida A&M, they have got to get his resignation by Friday. If they don't have his resignation by Friday, that's benign neglect.
What do you think about that?
Here's the problem. See, this is the thing. Now, I'll agree with you, but guess what Larry Robinson got in his hip pocket? His evaluation that he just got, that he got basically 4.5 out of 5.
But let me say this, Ms. Campbell. One of the callers just told it to SWAC Buzz. The alumni and the students there at FAMU, they the real power. Not no damn board of trustees, not no damn Florida Board of Regents. The real power is the students at Florida A&M and the alumni. Now, here's the thing. Hopefully they will come together, that they will unify, and like I said, demand his resignation by Friday. Listen, you can't get around this. There is no restorative justice for what this man has allowed to happen. Let me tell you this, and I said this Friday, and SWAC Buzz will tell you this. When you love Florida A&M, these kinds of things don't happen. This would have never happened under Dr. Frederick Humphreys. Never. Why? Because he loved the school. This man does not love this school. This man does not love the athletic department. I'm going to say it again. What we need is for the students of Florida A&M, the graduates of Florida A&M, to unify and demand that this man gives them his resignation by Friday. We can't rehabilitate what has happened. This man has put this school up, one of the top schools in America, white or black, up for ridicule. That's a fireable offense in itself. Do you think that they would allow a president to put Harvard up for ridicule? Do you think they would allow a president at Yale to put that school up to ridicule? No, because those people love that school. And those people down in Florida and around this, black people around this country, love Florida A&M. We can't get around this. He has to give his resignation by Friday. The power is with the graduates of Florida A&M, and the power is with the students of Florida A&M. They got to demand. But I said, and I'm going to say this again, I hope them boys don't boycott them games. Listen, I was one of the people who did an investigation after Grambling boycotted them games. You know who that boycott hurt? Grambling.
Yeah, it hurt Grambling. No, it
hurt Grambling.
I don't mean, well, here's the thing. I don't want to cut you up. I want to make a point. So somebody said, as to your point, and I made this point earlier tonight, well, you should boycott OB. I said, no, because that's a conference game. Absolutely not. Because that's when the conference gets involved. And if they boycott that game, you know what the conference is going to do? FAMU won't have home games for the next 3 years.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what does that solve? That doesn't solve it. I mean, if you're going to boycott, then you boycott the Albany State game. If you're going to do that. But that doesn't solve the problem. But the thing about it, Mr. Ford, and to your point about the president and things, that is going to require, and I know who the alumni president, he's an outstanding person, Curtis Johnson. That's going to take people to have, and again, to be able to step out there and call for that, because you're going to have the power broker, the people that have titles. You see what I'm saying? I call in, you have people that call in and people support it, but people that actually have titles, people that are on the board of trustees, people that are on the 220 club, people that are alumni, they're going to have to be the ones that look at Dr. Robinson and say, hey, it's time to go.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, Ms. Kim. If them people don't realize the hurt and pain that Dr. Robinson has put on this school in this last 5 or 6 days, if they don't understand that, they don't need to have them positions. Listen, I'm a graduate of Clark Atlanta. I'm a graduate of Grambling. When I got the news Friday and I read it on CNN, like I said, I wanted him gone because I love Florida A&M. You gonna tell me that you are the head of the National Alumni Association and you don't understand what this man has done? You head of you in the 220 club and you don't understand what this man has done? He's put the school up for ridicule. And I'm gonna say this again: if he loved the school, this would have never happened. This would have never happened under Frederick Humphreys. He's got to go immediately. I told him Friday night. No, we can't wait. He's got to go now.
Right.
He's got to go.
His
resignation is non-negotiable.
Well, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead,
It takes a lot of character to have courage. And this is a time we're going to see who has character. Because that's what that's going to require. Because, see, what I have noticed in life, a lot of people don't want to rock the boat. That's why we've had this issue at FAMU. This is not, I want to be, and again, Buzz, let me just make this quick point.
Go ahead.
This is not a new issue at FAMU with compliance. Right. Our answer was just on probation. We should have been national champions right before we left the MEAC when we were 9-2. We couldn't go to Celebration Bowl for the same stuff.
There you go.
Wow.
Listen,
So
let me interject this. On Saturday, there's a guy comes out of Baton Rouge. His name is Carlos Brown. To all of you that's listening, go back and listen to the show on Saturday. There's a white man. He writes for a newspaper that's called The Advocate in Baton Rouge. His name is Jim Kleinpeter, I believe. I want you to they ask him, this man, Carlos Brown, asked him, he said, Mr. Kleinpeter, what's your thoughts on what's going on in FAMU? I want you to listen to what that white man said. Then, after he talked to him, he brought on another guy named B.J. Jones. And I want you to listen to what B.J. Jones, when he asked him the question, he said, what's your thoughts on what's going on in Florida A&M? Guys, go back and look at that. You know what? I was depressed Friday night. After I heard them two men speak, I was through with it. But if you get a chance, go back and listen to the Carlos Brown show for Saturday. The two people I want you to listen to, the first one, his name is Jim Kleinpeter. He's a writer for the Baton Rouge Advocate. The second person was named B.J. Jones. Somebody said I saw the show. Listen to what them two men said. Now, these guys told you basically that this is a massive administrative failure and that man got to go.
All right, Mr.
He got to go. This is what these people said. Listen, I want you to listen to it for yourself.
Mr. Campbell, go ahead, finish up, and I'm gonna get to the next caller.
Yeah, no, I think we all agree. I think it's what here. Let me make something about Dr. Dr. Robinson has never gotten that job just straight up. He has always gotten a job because he was a caretaker and ended up into the job. See, that's the thing with a lot of people. Every time we've had a problem with a president, guess who they go get? Larry Robinson. Because he keeps the lights on and he ain't gonna make no waves. So he has never been the person to say, as a Dr. Humphreys or what's your president now at Jackson State? Hudson.
Yeah, President Hudson.
So, president who has status, who has a love for the school, somebody that when you look at their resume, you say that's a good pick. Dr. Robinson was somebody that said, well, you know what, we had to get rid of somebody. He was the intern, just keep him. You see the difference?
Right.
You're never going to get
remember, it was four former presidents wrote a letter saying that lady, Dr. Elmira, whatever her name was, had to go.
Mangum.
And so he was the safe pick. But let me tell you this. The offenses that this man and this stuff that is going on, first and foremost, the thing I said is this. FAMU is a beloved institution. And for you to put this school up for ridicule like he has done these last 4 or 5 days, it's non-negotiable. He's got to go. We can't talk about it. We can't rehabilitate it. We can't sit back. He's got to go immediately. And it's got to be done, not by no president of no FAMU National Alumni, not by no members of the 220 Club. It's got to be done by the students of Florida A&M and by the graduates of Florida A&M and by the people who love Florida A&M. All they got to do is unify and let that man know, we can't go further with you. You got to go. You got to go. We can't get around it. If you attempt to bring this man back, like I said, it's benign neglect. That man don't care nothing about that school. That man don't care nothing about that athletic department. He got to go.
All right, Mr. Campbell, we'll get to the next call. I appreciate you calling.
Hey, man, no problem, man. Great show, man.
All right, thank you. All right, let me get to the next person. This might be the last one, y'all. What's going on? Caller, you live. Talk to me.
This one we get in Memphis. I had to call back after Mr. Campbell. I'm that's ridiculous. See, they shucking and jiving. Now, can you hear me, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. I want you to go and do your research on who Dr. Robinson is. What's his name? Robinson, right? The president of do the research on him. He's a very, very, very powerful man.
Yeah, I know he's a nuclear research, and didn't he go to Lemoyne-Owen?
Yeah, he went to Lemoyne-Owen, and he went to Purdue. He graduated Purdue.
Yeah.
And he graduated top of his class. He was on Obama's staff as one of the top black scientists in the country. Okay. But Mr. Campbell, you shucking and jiving. I hope you hear me. The power don't lie with no damn administration and whatever the hell y'all got, or board, or whatever the hell it is. It lies with the damn students. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off the line with this. I hope they boycott. Since y'all want to shuck and jive, I hope they. And like I said, I take it personal because my son's playing, and I'd be damned if that do that to my son. But I know how these children, they put blood, sweat, and tears in that boy all his career, and you about to mess up his whole life. What you think, Land?
Yeah,
Land. He's about to mess up his whole. He's about to mess up his whole life because he's going to have to sit out. And I'm through with it. I hope they boycott. Goodbye.
All right. Well, you got it off his chest. All right, before you want to go ahead and finish up, close out.
Yes. Listen, I thought that Saturday with both games proved the point that this is going to be an epic season. We got, one of the things that I've been saying, and I'm going to close on this. I've been saying it. The SWAC has an influx of Power 5 Division I talent. You saw it Saturday. You saw it in the Florida A&M game. You saw it in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. But young people, it's going to come down to who has the best coaching staff, who has the best AD, and who has the best president. That's who's going to win the SWAC. Listen, y'all have a good night. Now, let me say this to you, SWAC Buzz. We need you to do 2 times a week. We need you to do 2 times a week, at least 2 times. I wish you'd do more than that, but we need you to do 2 times a week. Can we get that from you?
Yeah, yeah. Like when the season starts, I'll be going live a lot when the season starts.
We need you, man. We need you.
Yeah.
We need you.
So I'll be going live.
How did you get your likes? I see it now. My computer's saying 316 watching, and it's 248. Is that enough, or we need 300? What do we need? 250
is fine. 250. We right at 250.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
They did all right tonight. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Ford.
Okay, you have a good night now.
All right.
And listen, when's the next one?
It's probably gonna be the end of the week, right before the game.
Like we talking Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, like Friday. Or then Friday we might do like a pre.
About the same time?
Yeah, then we might do like a morning thing. Like
that would be great.
So, everybody can talk about the game before the game.
Looking forward to it. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ford.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. That was another show. We right out the 11 o'clock right now. Yeah, can't wait for the games this weekend, y'all. I'll be flying to Miami Saturday, and then I'll leave right out after the OBC Sunday night. So yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend, a busy weekend for me. You got a good thing going on here, Swag Buzz. I appreciate it, man. Also, thank you, Miss Body, for joining. She joined she became a member. Thank you, Miss Body, for that. Also, Miss Gowdy, shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, y'all, it's getting turned up. We right here. We on a few days away. All the talking is done. No more talking now. You got to put up or shut up now. So I'm happy the season is here, man. I'm happy that, football is here. We ain't got to do no more talking. We ain't got to do no more speculating. We're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see who's going to win the SWAC this year. But yeah, y'all. Appreciate y'all liking the channel, subscribing to the channel. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, do that and hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video drop. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Gone.